Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Local telecoms compete for federal dollars to build out high-speed networks in Saipan, and Rota.
Also tonight, what's left for the governor's new right-hand man?
And new flight services between the island of Tinian and Guam are coming soon.
In sports, backstroke, freestyle, butterfly, and more. The NMI team's speedos to new records.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land. There's thick-shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry veg. Now just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch. As a handful of McDonald's in McDonald land. Get the McDonald land.
Try the new Mount McDonald Land Shake today.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on August the 27th from our studios high up on Capitol Hill.
Broadband Equity, Access, and Deployment, or the B.E.A.D Program, is a federal program designed to level the playing field for getting high-speed internet to Americans wherever they live, on top of a mountain or on a remote island in the Pacific. Here in the NMI, the stakes are high, with tens of millions of taxpayer dollars potentially put to use. But does the building of a robust, subsidized network threaten the chance of having multiple competitive networks? Let's take a look.
These days, there are a variety of ways to get internet access and a range of competing technologies, from traditional ones like DSL over copper, fixed aerial cabling, low-orbiting satellites in space, and underground fiber. Each technology has its own strengths and weaknesses and costs. The primary goal of the B.E.A.D program is to ensure all Americans have access to reliable, high-speed internet, especially in unserved and underserved rural areas. The NMI was split into 21 sectors along census lines, 17 in Saipan, 3 in Tinian, and 1 in Rota, and telecom providers were invited to essentially bid on each sector. During the process, the CNMI Broadband Office has pointed to 3 priorities: performance, scalability, and reliability. Local officials pointed to buried infrastructure as the gold standard for long-term resilience due to our frequent typhoons. ITNE, GTA, and Docomo all submitted underground solutions with proposals that range from a cost of $30 million to $90 million. ITNE was the low bidder with a $30 million proposal to build buried fiber optic lines to each house in the Commonwealth.
Having the network buried was critical for the Marianas. So in particular, of course, we're thinking about typhoons, but not only does the network that we're proposing is it resilient to typhoons, but it's also positioned where if there's repairs that need to happen, we can bring in replacement product faster than if it's aerial.
Bids for the sectors also came in with above-ground solutions. These came in at a much lower cost and with quicker turnarounds. Docomo submitted one for $1.8 million for hybrid fiber coaxial cable. Starlink also submitted what is believed to be a multi-million-dollar bid for internet from satellites in space. Christine Boleto is the CEO for Docomo Pacific, and she says that this summer the Trump administration gave some updates to the B.E.A.D program with a bigger emphasis on the cost of providing these services. Why did you pursue, two different paths, and what does that say about your strategy in competing for these federal dollars?
Initially, when the B.E.A.D program came out, there really was this emphasis on fiber, and particularly in the CNMI, this intent to underground throughout the CNMI. When President Trump took over, they basically revamped all the guidelines to say that the delivery of that service should be technology neutral, meaning not a preference of one technology, not just fiber or not just fixed wireless or not just HFC. It opened it up because the reality is in 65% of the United States of America, HFC provides this stable broadband service to most homes, most businesses throughout the country. On Guam, we represent 80% of the network and the ability to provide this type of service. And so when the guidelines changed, we also presented at a neutral technology our solution that was able to deliver the speeds, the latency, the connectivity, the speed to deployment that were part of these new requirements under the NTIA when President Trump took over.
Since the decision on the grant award, Docomo has questioned the Broadband Office's decision with written comments.
Our position has always been, since we started with the submission of our comments, is that, the guidelines said it's technology neutral and that the, services being provided, this is what's required. And we met those requirements. And so, all we asked was a review. We have seen the Broadband Office basically say, not outright, but, our interpretation is that NTIA gave them an exemption. And if that's the case and the exemption is there, then, the bid that was selected is the bid that was selected. Our question is more on, it doesn't seem to have been reviewed and scored based on the new guidelines. So if NTIA comes back after the review and says, no, we gave that exemption and we are allowing the NMI to make that decision, then that's what it is. But we've just been kind of concerned at the backlash that we've been getting when all we've asked is for a review. We're not trying to attack anyone. It's already public knowledge that IT&E was the awardee. They're a good company. They have good people. This is not about IT&E. This is about requesting a review and asking and making sure that everything was done correctly and per the guidelines.
Broadband Office said earlier this week they have received the comment and are working on a response.
We did request relief through, a review just to make sure that the scoring and the award followed NTIA guidelines and that it was done impartially.
A new but very recognizable face has joined the new gubernatorial administration. Clyde Narita, former legislator, former commissioner of DPS, and managing partner of Saipan Select, has assumed a new role in the NMI executive branch.
Yes, I'm the senior policy advisor for the governor's office, Governor Apatang, and of course Lieutenant Governor Mindiola.
So you guys have had a relationship for a long time, I assume.
Of course, with Governor Apatang, we were both in the 14th legislature together as congressmen. And so we had a long relationship, working relationship and professional and personal relationship.
So you just stepped into this position and hit the ground running.
Well, obviously the circumstance that happened, the untimely death of our late Governor Arnold Palacios, and Lieutenant Governor Apatang being accelerated to the governor, it just had to, with the state funeral, and of course now catching up with what late Governor Palacios said and the administration have been doing. So, Governor Apatang is trying to catch up with that and making sure that some of the programs and plans that Governor Palacios had implemented are still moving forward.
Are you guys coming at the world from a different point of view than Governor Palacios?
No, because obviously Governor Apatang right now, who used to be the Lieutenant Governor, still is very much aware of the playbook that's been played. There's some tweaking that needs to be done, but we're trying to open up and embrace and our relationship with our Washington delegate, Kimberly Hines, the legislature, both the Senate and the House, and ensuring that we have a mutual working policy moving forward.
Although there is inherent continuity between the past and present administrations,
we ask the people of the CNMI to extend their cooperation and support to Governor Apatang and Lieutenant Governor Mendiola. It's important that we all come together, especially in this time where we need to really work together.
A local air carrier will be launching another flight scheduled between the Marianas in less than 2 weeks. Micronesian Air Connection Services, or MAX, will offer flights between Saipan and Tinian and Guam and Tinian starting on September 8th. MAX President and CEO John Stewart says convenience is part of their flight plan.
Simply because there's nothing that goes Guam to Tinian direct on a schedule basis. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to fill that gap, and I think it'll make things a lot easier for people because at the moment they're having to go via Saipan all the time, where it can be a Guam direct. And we also put that leg in from Saipan here to Tinian.
MAX has been operating for 30 years in the region, offering air adventure tours and skydiving, and during COVID expanded to air cargo and some charter flights. Beginning in April this year, they've added passenger air services between the islands. Since then, Stewart says the community has shared positive feedback and MAX intends to keep quality levels above the clouds.
We have received a number of compliments on our service and our aircraft, and we aim to keep that high standard, high, and if possible, higher. So it's, I think a lot of people are enjoying the air-conditioned comfort of it and the space inside our airplanes, along with the option that they can put some cargo on board if they want to as well.
Stewart adds that they enjoy servicing the CNMI with the extra frequency of flights as they grow what they can offer.
It's a nice and convenient runs for everyone. It's just something that works. It works for us, it works for the community, so hopefully we'll gel things together and things will continue that way.
Coming up, we'll be talking about birds. And I'm not talking about British birds. I'm talking about birds you can find right here in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands.
And small businesses apply for a $5,000 grant and learn about credit. More news next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
The king is is back like prodigal. I've been gone, I gave them time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch them out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, master minor. Big time.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Credit can help a small business get started, but if used incorrectly, it can put you out of business. So let's take a look at a seminar about the business of smart money.
Bank of Hawaii, in partnership with the CNMI Small Business Development Center Network, held a smart money seminar discussing the ABCs of credit. Seminar included ways to build healthy credit, the difference between secured and unsecured credit, what a credit score is, and what to do if credit problems occur. Fragrance retail owner Gia Hemley says that even if you know about credit, the course was beneficial and gave credible resources.
They gave 4 different websites with each their own specialties. Like for one, you had to pay, but it has its own benefits. The others were free. You get to build your plan, build your budget.
This seminar came in conjunction with an application of a grant called
Small Business Revitalization and Development Grant, also known as Ikinometi para Comunidad Islata. I hope I made my dad proud.
Roman Tadella says that SBDC has been in partnership with the Bank of Hawaii for 5 years. Bank of Hawaii has been issuing $25,000 to small businesses in Saipan through their revitalization grant since 2012.
Making this actually our 14th year. And so with that, we're extremely happy to be committed to, one, invested in the economy right now in the CMI. No matter how hard the times are that we're all facing, we as an organization are here for you. And with that, 5 recipients, 5 businesses will be awarded $5,000 of a grant.
Network director for SBDC says the grant has allowed them to expand their capacity in helping small businesses execute their goals.
Yes, we do help with business planning, but what Bank of Hawaii has enabled the Small Business Development Center to do is utilize that $5,000 to enact that business plan.
Nadine De Leon Guerrero Quintal says financial literacy is something they'd like to offer in both middle and high schools.
I really appreciate what they do with the financial literacy portion of the program, where they teach participants about keeping their credit score high, right, which is a big factor in obtaining capital. And they teach you exactly what those steps are in order to build your capital. So even if that's what you walk away from without the $5,000, I think that's going to go a long way. And I think that's something that as SBDC, we need to push forward, and not just within like the adult community, but we need to start young.
The award ceremony for Bank of Hawaii Revitalization Grant is scheduled to be held on September the 20th.
The rainfall greets our guests as they arrive from their journey. It's sure to make you yawn and maybe a little afraid to get your feet wet.
It's a gloomy day at Saipan International Airport. The port's police are ready with their raincoats.
The rain continues to fall and pools to the drainage as travelers trickle in and take their first steps outside after leaving customs. Mire and Sana flew in from the land of the rising sun.
They're part of the Kanto. Yeah, they're from Tokyo.
It's their first time in Saipan and they're only here for one night. Media was a little hesitant to exit those double doors. This is how they heard about Saipan.
Google Maps. Yeah, from Google Maps, and then yeah. Actually, we went to Guam, and then while searching to go back to Japan, and then I get to Guam to Saipan, and then go back to Japan. So that's why I'm here.
Somehow, their flight from Guam was routed here first before heading back to Japan. Hopefully, the rain doesn't scare them away.
If we have a chance to go back to, we want to go back to Saipan.
Noah Cepeda is back from visiting his dad and family in our sister island of Guam. This is his favorite thing to do there.
Spending time with my brothers there, they're growing up and stuff. It's like really brings me happiness, to teach them and, help them learn, and just spending time with my, other cousins and, family.
He doesn't see too many differences between our islands.
I don't know, bro. They're pretty similar.
Oh, pretty similar.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. It's pretty connected, yeah. That's my opinion. It's probably different for everyone.
Noah is ready to catch some Z's and hit the sheets.
I'm ready to go to bed.
Especially today, no?
Yeah, look at the weather. Yeah.
Perfect sleeping weather.
Perfect.
Whether you're here visiting for just one night or back home and ready to snooze in the rain, welcome back, welcome home, welcome to Saipan.
Tonight we are in the field as we take you to the wild side of the Northern Marianas. And no, we're not talking about Friday night at Godfather's. We're talking about bird watching. Yes, bird watching. And apparently it's become a full contact sport and it's about to start getting good. Just ask the birds. Our Chris Nelson reports.
The Northern Marianas is home to a colorful cast of characters from the Mariana fruit dove to the rare Micronesian starling. Our favorite sportscaster has birds on the brain. Bob Coldine decided to take a break from scores and highlights and try his hand at the sport of competitive bird watching.
I'm not trying to duck the issue, okay? So I focused on Saipan birds, and I found a checklist on eBird. And I spent one whole day outside my house bird watching. Well, I took a lunch break. I had fried chicken. Now, there are side effects to competitive bird watching that I feel obligated to share with you. And one, I wasn't able to do as many household chores as I normally do. For example, my wife asked me to take out the garbage, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, I can't. I'm bird watching."
Turns out it's hard, but he did start moving up the leaderboard on eBird, the site where birders track their spottings. Now, some of you ask why we don't do more investigative reporting. Well, tonight, we answer the call. We went looking for the #1 birder in the CNMI, and we found him not in the jungle, but near meadow birds at the Saipan Airport.
I did see his trip report on eBird, and he did have a nice little list, and the species did jive with where he lives and where he posted from. So I think he did pretty good.
Were you excited to see his post?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, oh, Bob's getting into the world of birding.
Nathan Johnson is currently in first place on eBird with 27 species spotted this month alone. Now, you've seen more species, I think, than anybody on that, according to that eBird site?
On the CNMI eBird, the overall species leader, yes, I have.
In the words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last, and Bob recently decided to hang up his binoculars.
So I quit competitive bird watching. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like to watch birds. The only equipment you need is a good chair.
And as for Nathan, he's not slowing down.
There's a group of us that are super into it, and it's real exciting, and especially this time of year when the migratory species come through, and everything's going to start showing up soon as they fly down from their breeding grounds in Siberia, Alaska, and stuff like that.
Now, what's the oddest bird species that you've seen here, and I'm guessing it's because of a weather event, something gets blown here?
Yeah, there was last October, there was a glossy ibis that showed up in a little wetland here on Saipan. First ever record for the Marianas, first ever record for Micronesia.
So while most of us are still looking for our car keys, at least me, Nathan Johnson is out here spotting history, one bird at a time. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Coming up in sports, get your swimming caps and goggles on. The NMI goes to Romania. Stay tuned.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home to where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! The NMI Junior National Team swimmers beat their personal best left and right throughout the 6-day competitions in Europe. 3 swimmers representing the CNMI competed in the 2025 World Aquatics Junior Swimming Championships held between August 19 to the 24th in Romania. Head coach Richard Sickle says the kids did well with good swims. Day 1 on August 19, Moshe Sickle timed in at 1:03.22 in the 100 backstroke, setting a new record for age group 15 to 16. Maria Guerrero breaks her personal best in the 100 backstroke, coming in at 1:15.59. Day 2 on August 20, Justin Ma timed in at 2:09.07, breaking his personal best at freestyle. Day 3, August 21st, is packed with heat. Maria Guerrero breaks her personal best, timing in at 32.62 for the 50 fly. Moshe Sickle coming in at 28.72 for the 50 back, breaking the 15 to 16 age group record, and breaks his personal best on 50 free, coming in at 25.05. Justin Ma also breaks his personal best in the 50 free, timing in at 26.24. Day 4, August 22nd, Maria Guerrero beats her personal best and comes close to breaking age group record with a time of 35.19 on the 50 back. Justin Ma breaks personal best, coming in at 28.99 for the 50 fly. Day 5, August 23rd, Justin Ma breaks his personal best in 100 free, timing in at 56.64. Maria Guerrero also beats her personal best in the 50 free with a time of 30.95. Last but not least, on day 6, August 24th, Moshe Sickle breaks his record in 200 back, coming in at 221.19. The swimmers look forward to their next competitions for Oceania Championships in April 2026 in Fiji.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. According to the National Weather Service, tonight should be mostly cloudy with slight breezes and a 30% chance of isolated showers, low temperatures at around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll continue with the 30% odds of getting rained on, along with gentle winds and temperatures ranging from 86 in the day to 77 degrees in the evening hours. The sun will set tonight at 6:33 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:04 a.m., just in time for Bob Goldine to point his binoculars at a morning rooster, wistfully, as if it might count on his pursuit of competitive bird-watching glory, then only to be self-reminded that he quit counting birds and wonders if there's a competition for, say, cooking birds, and he decides that yes, there is, but it is nowhere near 4 in the afternoon, and the thirst for barbecue will have to wait until then. And I will see you in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, Sinamai.
We will see you again. I assume it's going to be on Friday.